brothers, welcome to the Divorce and Code for Men. I'm about to be out on the bike trail riding to get free, but today I want to talk briefly about the advantages of you filing first for a divorce. If you've been watching the news lately, you will see that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard have been going through a trial process for defamation. Now, I want to talk about that trial as it regards to the method that Johnny Depp and his legal team used to be able to get an edge up or to get a leg up on Amber Heard, and why you are seeing a lot of support that you're seeing for Johnny as opposed to Amber. Let's get started. What we are witnessing here is that Amber Heard, after taking action to show that Johnny was domestically violent, it shut down Johnny Depp's career, and he lost hundreds of millions of dollars in endorsements and income, all because she was on the offensive about what she alleged took place in the relationship. So what does that have to do with you and how you can succeed in your divorce proceedings? Well, the number one thing is when you know that the person that you are with, you are going to divorce that person, you have to go ahead and file for divorce right away before that person files. And here are the reasons, and we'll break that down according to Johnny Depp's trial and follow through, and you'll be able to see this clearly, okay? So, number one, Johnny Depp filed this suit first. And when the lawsuit came, it meant that he was suing Amber, and Amber had a specific time within which to respond. So the advantage for Johnny is that he gets his legal team to collect all the necessary information that he needs to be able to file, and then he goes ahead and files. And when they get to court, he has to go first before the judge and the jury, and also us, the audience. So we get to hear his entire story before Amber can even answer. And when Amber gets on the stand, she's only getting on the stand having already been labeled to defend what has been already alleged by Johnny. Okay? Why is that step important? Well, if you observe, the media, the hashtags, and everything build up in the beginning of the trial while Johnny was giving his information, while he was taking the stand. Everybody was paying attention to him, and because they haven't heard the other side of the story, everyone's mind was made up and the damage was already done. So by the time Amber takes the stand, she now has to do it. She has to be theatrically sharp. She has to cry tears, appeal to the jury, look at the jury the whole time and not even look at the attorney. She has to come up with things and maybe things that are, untrue, so that before the jury she seems credible. And that's what happens with most women. When they get before the jury and the judge, especially if the judge is a woman, they're going to try to bring the tears out. And those are going to be crocodile tears, because they think that they can sway the judge and they can sway the jury because they're crying tears and alleging that this is what men do. But the challenge for Amber is that Johnny Depp is a beloved person and his character is gracious. And it's hard, even if you're telling the truth, to bring down a person who before the eyes of the people is regarded as a gracious man. Number two, Amber's team can only be on the defensive. They can't be on the offensive. Now, I know that defense wins games, but when you're on the offensive, your side is told first. You get to show the opposition what you are made of, and then they have to try to come back with ways and means to defend themselves. But as you can tell, in the court of public opinion, the decision has already been made. The audiences, the Hollywood producers, the people that matter in the money world have already sided with Johnny, so that whatever happens, in the end, Amber Heard stands to lose a lot of endorsements. She wasn't a great actress to start with, but now whatever it is that she had, whatever influence she had, is practically gone at the end of this, even though she could come back and win this case. The damage is already done. And that's what Johnny's team is about. They're about going out and ensuring that the men's side of the story is told. Because what happens often is that a woman will file for divorce first. And when she files, what happens in court is that what you are watching play out right here. The courts hear the woman's side first. By the time it gets to you, the judge has already decided. And that's why for many videos now, I've said to you guys, when you see that your marriage is on the rocks and you can't see a way forward, that is the time for you to file for divorce. Not to wait for her to serve you papers, but it's time for you to serve her. Number 3, and this is gonna be the final thing. There is the court of public opinion. While you might not end up on TV and your divorce court played out, if people Google your name, they can pull out your divorce situation. And no matter what happened in the relationship, whether you married a wife who was untrained as a wife, whether you married a wife who was uncooperative, who was not feminine, she was masculine, she tried to wear the pants in the house, it doesn't matter. Everybody blamed you for what happened in the divorce, and that you are the reason that it happened, no matter what you did or didn't do. So, with that being said, the public opinion of you is gonna be bad. You don't have to worry about that. The thing that you have to worry about is the fact that you come out of this divorce with everything that you need to be able to carry on, find yourself a good space for yourself and your children, find yourself a good, a woman to carry on with. That's what you must focus on, how your money looks at the end of a divorce. Not worry about what people are gonna think, because guess what? People are gonna think that you did something terrible anyway, even if you didn't. So what I'm saying is focus less on what people think. Focus more on your outcome. The outcome you want is to have custody of your children, is to maintain your home and your property, and pay that woman as little as possible of the money that you earned. Not the money she earned, the money that you earned. Keep that. And the way to do that is by making sure that you go before the judge first, like we are watching Johnny do right now. If you choose to ignore this advice and decide that you love your wife and you're gonna try to make this work, and then she files divorce on you, you're gonna watch the opposite of what we are currently seeing Johnny go through. We're gonna see her take the stand first. Imagine what would have happened if Amber would have taken the stage first. Imagine what we would be seeing from the feminists. Imagine the kind of narrative we would be hearing if that had been the case. I want you to understand that he who goes first is the one who is heard, and decisions are made by that first listen. When you first hear it, those first impressions, that's when you make your decision. By the time the person comes sounding defensive, that person is already guilty according to everyone else. And it doesn't matter if Amber Heard wins this trial. It doesn't matter. Her career is practically over. And what happens is Johnny has won this trial because of public opinion. If he goes out and makes another movie, the audiences are going to watch it and they're going to support Johnny because they sympathize with him. Similar to you, when you start to pick up the pieces, you have your children and you're moving forward, people are going to also sympathize with you and say, there's a good man that's looking after his family. To be real, family, haven't we seen a lot of men whose wives have filed divorce on them and they were all but destroyed, all of their money taken, their homes, their cars, their children, all taken away from them? How well did they do after the divorce, right? This happens to men all the time. What I'm saying is men need to start waking up and not be dragged by the courts anymore by understanding how women fight when it's time for divorce. All right, fellas, let me know what you think in the comments, if you agree, disagree. And also don't forget to hit like and subscribe and share this video with anyone that's going through it right now. We've got to stick together as fathers. And I have the ebook, The 10 Things That Your Lawyer Won't Tell You About Divorce and Custody, which discusses in depth the steps that I've been talking to you about and how to be able to file and do all of those things. But in the meantime, you can get that at this link right here. And also you can email me at that same link. I have a contact there where you can email me for your personal divorce and custody case. So in the meantime and in between time, it's CYA. Cover your assets.